Hello and welcome to this look at CHOPLIFTER from Potato Audio. My name's Chris and we're going to be looking at what CHOPLIFTER does. We're going to be doing a little bit of a walkthrough of some of the features, and I'm also going to be showing you how to set it up so you can get going straight away with it. So CHOPLIFTER is a sequenced audio gate, and what we have are three identical layers which essentially chop the audio into low, mid and high frequency bands. But in actual fact, these frequency bands can be moved anywhere. So that's the reason they're called layer 1, 2 and 3 instead of low, mid and high, because we wanted to give you the freedom to just move them around anywhere. Okay, so let's listen to what this audio sample is without CHOPLIFTER. Yeah, pre-warning. That is a loud MC303 synth sound. So with CHOPLIFTER enabled, let's listen back to it. So you can hear there what's happening is the low frequency band is almost acting like a kick drum, being on the 1, and then we have the mid and the higher elements kind of being scattered a little bit. And we can move these around. We can also generate random. This. Yeah, we also have this global envelope, which is really, really useful. Okay, so we're just going to process a bit of audio with CHOPLIFTER now. These are the loops from the demo. We did have some people saying that the audio in the demo wasn't processed by CHOPLIFTER, which of course it was. So I thought it would be fun to get the original audio files here. Mute CHOPLIFTER. So this is the latter loop. So we have two versions of this. One with like lots of echo, and yeah, the other one with much less high end actually. So let's turn CHOPLIFTER on. I think you can hear there that yeah, so there we go. That's what's happening with CHOPLIFTER. We have the low end, the mid and the high all being chopped differently on different gates. That's just processing the stereo mix, but what we can actually also do is have sends for each layer. So you can see we've got A, B and C. These are the send channels, and I've set up 3 tracks in Ableton, which are track A, B and C. So these will be receiving the audio. You can also send it to your send tracks, which are over here, but for the time being we're just gonna use these tracks here. So set the tracks to no input first of all, that's important, and then we're just going to route them using the Ableton integration to be going to the send tracks. It's important to recognize that down here we can choose whether the sends are being sent or not, or we can just process the stereo mix. You'll see there, if I click stereo, we're just processing the stereo mix there. If I click sends, we're just sending the sends. And if I click stereo and sends, it does all of them. Now that's just a nice, neat little feature, which means that you can do some quite performative things. Really the idea with CHOPLIFTER is for these tracks to have effects on them. So yeah, being able to enable and disable the sends is really important. The other thing that is really good as well is the solo again. So you might only want to send the low. So then we have that solo there. You can shift click to send 2 sends. So let's just have a little look at some of the features of CHOPLIFTER. Let's just break it down for you. We have 3 layers here, so they're all identical. They all operate in the same way. They can all go forward, backwards or ping pong. They've all got different timings, so if we play back, you'll see that top band now is playing back lower. We can have it playing back super low. We can have it playing back really fast as well. Yes, so you have the sequencer lane, which is turning the gates on and off. obviously very useful. You have these nudge buttons here which move things left and right, and you can also randomize your lane, which obviously, I mean, this is kind of really fun having that randomized thing. There is also a feature if you hold shift to have a more orderly pattern be generated for you. Sometimes you just need the one or you need triplets, so that's how it goes. We also have the step length, which enables you to make you can have a 1-step loop if you want, or you can have a 32-step, and that data will be stored even when you resize it, which is quite nice. And then we have a little gain for the send as well, just in case you need to boost it. I find that only really is good in the top end. We have a global amplitude envelope here, and we also have a global filter section here, which just makes things sound nice and gnarly. Down here we have the pattern switcher. We can load and save our presets, so we click on them like that to load, and we shift click to save. So there we go, I've just made a new one. This pattern switcher will receive MIDI, so you can send it MIDI notes to change the pattern. You don't have to manually do it. That's all detailed in the manual. And there's a little MIDI active indicator there, which will show you whether there's MIDI coming on or not. One final tip is this little dice here, which will randomize all of the lanes together. Yes, that's really, really, really useful. Okay, so that's it for this little follow-up video for CHOPLIFTER. We will make another follow-up video which explains the output routings, because there's some amazing stuff that you can do there within Ableton. But we wanted to keep this video nice and concise for you and just show you a little bit of an overview of how it works. Hopefully you understand it. Hopefully you found it useful. If you have any comments, if you have any feedback, please leave them in the video below. It's tremendously useful. Even if it's criticism, just say what you think. Say what you think, as I'm sure you will anyway. Thank you very much for watching, and have a great day.